I got a call from ABC4, and they said, sorry if you didn't know this to break the news, but there's been an explosion at Josh Powell's house. And I said, what do you mean? What kind of an explosion? Like yelling? And they said, no, an actual explosion with a fire. And then I thought, okay, so what does that even mean? And then they said, we are hearing that it happened during his visitation and that the boys were there with him at the time and that they found 2 children's bodies. And I just screamed, no, and I said, I'm sorry, I have to go, and I hung up, and then I called Chuck to find out if he knew if that was true.
What did he say?
He said that he didn't know, that he'd just gotten out of church and he was on his way over to find out. And then he called me back a few minutes later and he said that it was true.
Did you have a very long conversation with him?
Probably 3 or 4 minutes, because he was besieged with calls, and just like I've been. He just said that he just talked to the Pierce County Sheriff and that they confirmed that there were 2 children's bodies and an adult. And he said that he was still in shock and crisis mode and he hadn't had a chance to really sit down and grieve, but that his only consolation is that there was Susan.
Of course, now that Josh is gone, it leaves a lot of unanswered questions about Susan's case. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm so furious with Josh for so many reasons, but especially if he's going to take such a cowardly and selfish way out of this, I wish he would have just left a note behind to explain what happened. Because now we still don't know, and now he's gone, and we don't have any way of getting answers from him. And not only that, but he murdered 2 innocent little boys. Just so, I mean, if he wanted to kill himself, he should have done that. Like, how dare he do something so horrible and so evil?
Those boys were a big part of your family here, just in the relationship that you guys had with the Powells when they lived in West Valley City. What can you tell us about Charlie and Braden? What kind of kids were they?
They were really cute, really mischievous. They liked to sneak up in my kitchen and grab muffins on the counter, and I'd say, wait, no, you can't have those. Those are for my boy that's allergic to wheat. They're special. And they were fun-loving. They loved to play. They loved bugs. They would get really excited about new experiences, and our families did a lot of things together.
How are you coping with this news today?
I'm not coping very well.
Do you have plans to travel to Washington for the memorial?
I don't have plans right now, but, you know, because I don't want to get in the way of anything the Coxes are doing. I don't know if they want extra people coming, but we probably will be going up. But I don't know yet.
Are there any plans here in Utah to memorialize the boys or any vigils? I know you've been active in organizing those sorts of things, and I know it's also just so early on after this has happened, but what can you say about that? I haven't had a chance
to really, if we do organize something, it'll be me and Kirk and Jennifer Graves that plan it, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Jennifer beyond when I called her and told her, and she was so upset that she could barely talk.
I know you just had a short chance to talk to Jennifer. I mean, did anyone see this coming? I mean, how did it get to this point?
Well, Josh has always been the kind of person that only cares about himself. I believe that it's largely due to his father, that he has warped and twisted all of his children, except for Jennifer Graves, to the point that they don't even know what real love is, and he never really loved his boys. To him, they were possessions. They were something to own and possess and to control. And once the control was taken away, and then his chance to get them back last week, that was again taken away, that he just felt like, well, if I can't have them, nobody's going to.
Did the Coxes say much about... I know you've been in regular contact with the family and also just speaking to everyone involved shortly before the custody hearing. It sounded like the boys were doing well. Had you talked to Chuck about that recently?
I haven't talked to him recently because he's been so busy with all of that was going on last week, but I had a friend that went up to Washington just a couple of weeks ago, and she said she also saw the boys at Thanksgiving. And she said the change in them from Thanksgiving to now was just amazing, that they were getting to be the little boys that she used to know and love, and that they were starting to open up and laugh and have fun and enjoy life again and freely talk about their mother. Whereas when they first came to live with the Coxes, they made it clear that they were not allowed to talk about her. And that was a subject that they weren't allowed to bring up.
Okay. Well, this has, of course, just been an awful day. Anything else you want to add about the case or situation today.
I saw a reporter on the news say, oh, well, or a lawyer, I think they were talking to, they said, the police will probably close the case now and say it's closed and it's over, and I just really hope they don't do that. They put so much work and so many thousands of hours into this. We still don't know where Susan is. She's still missing. There could have been other people involved in her disappearance besides Josh, and I hope that the police will still continue to work just as hard as ever until we find her and we have the answers we need.
Thank you.